What's going on, guys? Today we're gonna be you're gonna be watching my 350 kill game with Toxic Brains, the world record. It's taken me so long. Like it's been like 12 years, like since I've been trying to get this record with this character. So I'm glad I finally have it recorded and I can show you the brilliance of my Toxic Brains. So now I'm gonna part some of my Toxic Brains wisdom and tell you what upgrades you should be using on him, which it should be the Toxic upgrade, so then your punches and your beam do more damage than normally. I don't know if you knew that. You should also be using the Zoom upgrade because with every plant class, there is a critical weak spot and you can do more damage with the beam. So like normally when you're in Toxic Overload, you do 10 or 12 damage. If you hit the weak spot on the plant, you actually do 15 damage, which is way more and it's a lot of DPS. And then the last one you should be using is the Pierce upgrade. So then you can hit multiple enemies at once, even if they're like behind someone else. So then you can get Toxic Overload faster and then you can clean house with the plants. The upgrade that I absolutely do not recommend anyone use is the Legendary Meter upgrade, because it actually has a bug right now where you have to get more punches to get Overload. I don't know why they did that. Like, PopCap needs to fix that bug because it's like, it doesn't help the character at all. So now that we got the upgrades out of the way, let's talk about the abilities. So the first is Y ability, Turbo Twister. You should always be using Turbo Twister because Turbo Twister does 8 damage and has a suck-in ability, which the plants cannot escape from. Like, it's that OP. Me, in this run, you don't see me using it, like, at all, because I was doing a challenge run to not use Turbo Twister, because, I just wanted to test myself. See, the kick sounds nice, even when you get 2 of them, so it sounds really enticing to use. It sounds like it will help you get across the map way faster, but you actually shouldn't use this ability because there's a 75% chance that, like, you'll lose 50 health. I don't know if that was an intended feature. I'm pretty sure it is. I talked to George Fan, and I don't know, I think he said it was an intended feature. He doesn't really know. I don't know, he doesn't play this game. I know you see me kicking a lot in this video, but that's because it was double SGE weekend, so that means there's less of a chance that I'm actually going to lose health from the kicking. But if it's not double SGE weekend, you should not be kicking at all. Ultra Ball is also weird. It has the same problem as the kick, where if you use the Ultra Ball, it will hit you back like it's like Split P from PvZ Heroes. But there is a way to negate this feature that PopCap added, and it's if you put the Looty Booty Barrel Blast like on all your pirates, it will stop the Ultra Ball from making you take damage, so then it's just like really OP. The customization that I have on the stalking, it might seem irrelevant to the character, like it doesn't change it at all, but that's actually not the case. When you have the stalking on turf specifically, I don't know why it's just turf, every 30 seconds, there's like a 15% chance you'll take damage reduction. So when you're playing Super Brains, if you're playing Super Brains on turf, then you should absolutely always have the stalking on. Now, the lobby I was in every high kill game, there's lobby RNG, you don't want really, really OP characters to be on the other team while you're trying to get a high kill game. This lobby was not very great. The sunflowers are really OP in the fact that it's not very good for Super Brains, because when they place the heal flower, it's just like really annoying to try and hit them, and I don't really get Toxic Overload from it that much. I would have much preferred a lobby full of Electro Peas and barbecue corns, because they can hyper and husk hop towards you, so then you can punch them way faster and then you can get Overload that way. Plasma Pea as well, because I don't know if you guys knew this, when you kill a Plasma Pea and it gives you Toxic Overload, you'll actually do double damage for 5 seconds. It's actually really OP. But sadly there were no Plasma Peas in my lobby, so I couldn't get that double damage. I don't know why that Sunflower, like, didn't die for so long. I think she has, like, the triple health upgrade. I don't even know how she even got one of those. Like, that hasn't been in the game since 2016. She must be an OG. Oh yeah, what I just did there, you should make sure to always walk in a straight line when you're in front of a sunbeam, because they're more likely to try and hit you in the chest, and that's gonna make you take half damage, you know, kind of like a leaf shield for the Torchwood. So make sure to walk in a straight line when you see a sunbeam, and a P-Gatling as well. It works for that character too. Here I'm switching to EP just to challenge myself. EP is easily the worst character to try and capture the point with, because he shoots really slow and his detonation doesn't do that much damage. It feels like trying to kill people with EP is trying to pull teeth. Like, I really don't like this character, but again, like I said before, I'm trying to challenge myself with this run, so I just played EP every time I tried to capture. So, since all the players in this lobby were Sunflowers, which again are not optimal characters for Super Brainz or any high kill runs, like, she's honestly the worst character to see. Let's talk about the Sunflowers you want to see specifically for Toxic Brainz. Metal Petal is a horrible character because she has the trait whenever she sees Super Brainz and hits them in the head, she does double damage, so you never want to see those. Like, the only Sunflowers you really want to see are, just Mystic Flowers and, like, I don't know, Reg Sunflower, because their DPSs are, like, really, really low, so it's, like, really easy to kill them. Oh, and Fire Flower, too, especially Fire Flower, because she basically does, like, she does 7 damage, so it's not like Reg Sunflower's 10, so it's, like, really easy to kill her. Actually, now that we're talking about it, I also remembered you don't want to see any Vampire Flowers, because when you kill a Vampire Flower, it drops 2 Dark Flowers when it dies, and that's really unoptimal, because the Dark Flowers do a lot of damage, and it could kill you really easily. You could see when I checked the leaderboard, I was at 100 kills. I wasn't doing very well this run. I usually get like 150 by now, but I think it was still pretty decent to record, so I just got done recording. Now that we're around halfway through the point, I think it's appropriate to talk about the best maps for Super Brains. This map is horrible for Super Brains. There's way too many like obstacles in your way, like throughout most of the maps, so it kind of sucks for Super Brains to get close to people to punch them. The best turf map for Toxic Brains would be Moonbase, especially if we're talking about the first point because it's so open and it's low grav, so when you're kicking you move really far. That means you can punch people really easily, and that's why also Lunar Landing is his best Team Vanquish map because of all the low grav, which makes it really easy to pick people off. His worst maps would be Zombopolis and Zomburbia, because also Zomburbia has the same problem as Zombopolis because there's just too much crap in the way and you're gonna get stuck on everything. But I was kind of like, you know, shit out of luck with the day that I picked to try and get this run, because it was Walnut Hills Wednesday, and everyone knows when it's Walnut Hills Wednesday, it's 99% chance you're gonna get Walnut Hills, but with a 1% chance to get Zombopolis. And you know, you can't play Walnut Hills with Super Brains, so I just had to suck up the Zombopolis, which, I mean, this map sucks, but I got the world record anyway, so it's fine. That quest that I just completed, it was actually for beating my old PB of kills. So when you get that and get 10 stars from Wolfie Plays, you can send that to the fish and you get 750 XP. So make sure to do that so you can level up your characters really fast. Now that we're done with maps, I feel like it's now a good time to talk about this map specifically and what points are good for this character. So, like I said before, first point sucks. It's just not a good point because everything gets in the way and like you have a hard time kicking around just trying to get your toxic overload. Like, the best points for this character is the one we're playing right now, because it's super small, it's super tiny, so then like you know where all the plants are, you can kill them really easily. And with second point, like second point is known for being really tiny, and it's really easy to find all the plants, so then you can just farm toxic overload over and over again. The next point after this, fifth point, is also really good, because when the train gets in the way and kills all the plants, you actually get the XP for it if you hurt them. So if you hurt them and then you let the train kill them, you're still going to get the kill credit for it, so it's actually really OP. Finally, after this entire, like, the first 3 points we played, someone decided to heal me. Thankfully for me, the community challenge was reviving 10 people, so all of my randoms surprisingly all decided to play scientist. So, you know, that's extremely lucky for me. So what you see me doing there every single time I play EP, like going into the P Gatling, Like, it just goes to show how terrible EP is as a character. You know, so imagine EP the character as like a bottle of water. Like, you know, it's healthy, but it doesn't really like you don't really taste anything. So imagine me going into the pea gatling as like I don't know, like a Coke. You know, it's sweet and savory and like it's actually good. You know, the pea gatling actually carries like every point for me. You know, you should always use the pea gatling when you're playing EP. Oh yeah, very important tip. To my left, to where I was in the air, there was a bot. Well, it's actually to my left right now. There is a little place where you can place a bot. Make sure to always place boxer bots, because boxer bots do 4 times damage over there, and it's actually really OP. The one bot you should never place over there. All the bots get buffs except for one, it's Dr. Heals. Dr. Heals, like, heals you 1 health per 5 seconds when he's there. It sucks. Never place him there. I think Last Point Zombopolis, even though this map sucks for high kill games, the Last Point honestly makes it like arguably like worth it. Because this, even though this map is bad for high kill games, this point for some reason is the best one for high kill games. Because I think it was some glitch, like I was in contact for George Fan and like he sent me like 3 skull emojis, so when George Fan sends you 3 skull emojis, you know that something's seriously wrong. When you kill people on Last Point, instead of 1 kill, it counts as 2. So you're getting 2 vanquishes for 1, and it's absolutely insane. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was an intended feature, because the timer is so low for this final point, and it's probably because you can get so many kills. So, you know, W programming, George Fan. And yeah, that's the end of the game. Uh, you know, I'd like to thank GMVS, you know, TCE, Hero Brine, you know, all my inspirations for this 12-year journey that I've had. I really appreciate it. It took me a lot of effort to get this game, and this proves that I am better than everyone else. So, yeah. Oh, look, bro, I was lowballing it. It was actually a 367, you know, and that's cool. You know, I kind of show it briefly here, but like just take a look at these beautiful stats. I mean, like I don't know how anyone else could get stats like this. This is just like absolutely beautiful. Yeah, but that's it. See ya.